want to introduce you to our homeowner this morning. This is Trevor Burns. I met Trevor Burns doing his home inspection about 3 or 4 months ago, and in that process he was able to negotiate himself into a better situation as far as purchasing the home, but he was also able to deal with a mortgage company. How did that end up happening, Trevor?
Well, we had your inspection service come out and found the issues in the house, and we were able to present those to the mortgage company. And
Good.
They saw the issues for exactly what they were,
Right.
and were willing to negotiate quite heavily on the price
Good.
for those.
Good. So
for
you
those
ended up
factors.
a positive at that point.
Very positive.
Okay. Now, in our process, and the reason you're here at our website is to go through our tutorial or our training page. What we want to do is take this time to teach you how to make a flip home or an investment home a success. So many people get on these ventures and they're a real struggle. Construction can be tough. And our goal is to make that process just a tad bit more simple. As you guys came up, I was explaining to Trevor all the things that we're going to use here in this process of construction. Our subject today is mold. It's a pretty tough subject, and most people think, well, we just can't handle it. In the process that you can't handle it, professionals are best because they have the equipment, they have the ability, they can come on site, and they can get things done in a rapid path. One of the people that we have here today, and good friends of mine, they help me with a lot of work that we do. One of my companies is CE Rose Construction Consulting that deals with environmental consulting. A couple of the gentlemen for Performance Restoration Services are here today. Aaron Jones has been a great partner and associate to build in this industry. So without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and close things up, get things ready, take you on the inside and show you around. And by the way, Performance Restoration Services, if you need a cleaning company of any kind, they're your man. One of the most important things you can do when dealing with a home inspection or dealing with the process of purchasing a home is asking yourself, where does water go? First of all, when you know where water goes, then you'll know the damages that it causes and the effects that it has. When you do a home inspection, your qualified professional should address the elevation of the slab with respect to the grade in the soil. One of the first things we want to look at today is the grade of the soil, how high the dirt is, and how low the slab is. That will be a primary consideration when we do the mold evaluation later today. Now, we just came from the outside of the house and we saw the dirt and elevation and the grade was up and the slab is low. So that's one of the primary areas that we need to look at to make sure that water's not coming underneath the house. We need to make sure that this wall doesn't have mold in it and the bedroom walls on the other side don't have mold in it. Then the other thing we found as we've gone along the process of taking out the cabinets is we found mold on 2 different levels in our walls up by our ceiling. See a nice black spot? That's the first one that we found this morning. Now these spots of mold appear to have grown after the cabinets were installed. Now it's a common thing to hear, oh, it's a newly renovated house. Everything's wonderful. Well, that's not always the case. If you're buying a repoed home or a foreclosed home or a flip house, you open every door, you go in every creek, you go in every cranny because you will always find something. The issue here today and what we're going to help you with is teaching you to know how big something is. Is this too big? Can I handle it or can I not? When you get in your cabinets are gone and you look at your mold situation and go, oh my goodness. Not only is it black, but it's huge. And whatever's here is probably on the inside. And then we follow the path of water up, goes right up into there, and oh my goodness, it's probably up there too. And here's the real question. How did it get all the way over there and what caused that? So when we get into this next process, this is where you have to really pay attention. Because everything that is right here, you don't want it floating all around your house. Alright? This part right here is what causes you to have a runny nose, a headache, to feel bad, and then in some people can cause them to have serious health concerns. So from here on out, you have to pay very close attention. The first thing that you need to deal with when you're dealing with mold, and it's common because our media and everybody has come in and said, oh, we have to test for mold. Testing for mold can be a valuable thing. It has a lot of purposes. But in the beginning, testing this mold to tell you what is physically here today, right now, which in 10 minutes from this filming is going to be outside in the dumpster, has no value. But there are those in this industry who like to sell testing. I make a lot of money testing, but testing at the beginning doesn't have a lot of value. Testing at the end has a great deal of value because it proves the craftsmanship and the work that you have completed. Alright, the first thing I want to talk about is a test kit. We see these every day in the mold industry. This is a test kit that you can go buy at Lowe's. Not saying Lowe's is doing anything wrong, and not saying that the maker of this test kit's doing anything wrong, because they're providing a service. The only problem with this test kit is it doesn't provide you with a viable sample. This test kit takes a petri dish, which is right here, gives you instructions to apply it on a table in the mold affected room, and then on that petri dish a mold sample will grow. The only problem is there's no way for you to know that this mold is growing in this tray. If you want to test this mold, then you take a sample of this nature, whether it be tape or this application, which I prefer to do, and you literally, at that point, physically test the affected area. This is the same material in it. You wipe it on, you get your sample, try not to drop it, label it, specify it, send it to the lab, and they'll physically tell you what the mold is. At that point, you've reasonably tested this particular product, and you'll know what physically is there. However, in a few minutes, like I said, this is going out the door. First thing you want to do in this process is not waste your money. Don't spend money doing things that aren't going to benefit you. Spend money that's going to benefit you. The next thing you need to do before you begin any form of mold work, proper protection. Personally, this is what I use because it protects my eyes and my nose. This is a perfect filter, good for small projects. It keeps everything bad out of your eye, out of your nose. You still need to use protection. Air sampling is very valuable at the end of a project, and it will prove the work that you did. And the viability of air sampling also establishes your overall environment. And that, at that point, mold testing is very valuable. What you want to prove when you do your air sampling and air testing is that everything that is here and inside the walls is no longer in your home or spreading through your environment. A little bit later in this process, we're going to show you a process called containment. How to contain this specific area into one particular zone. We're going to talk to you about how to clean things, how to get all of this out. The basis and the foundation for everything that we do in this process is the solution to pollution is dilution. This has to go away. We have to add more clean air. More clean construction projects, more clean air, your problem will go away. First concept in mold is ensuring that all of your water problems are corrected. You can clean this, you can fix this, and you can do it over and over and over and over again. Until the water's gone, until the water problem's fixed, it will just continue to come out.